Last October, we did something really neat. We hosted our own game jam, specifically a PartyPlanner 64 game jam. What this means is that a bunch of you from the Mario Party Legacy community buckled down for a few hours and created some really awesome custom Mario Party content. For this video, we'll go over what exactly a PartyPlanner 64 game jam is, look at some of the live stream moments from the game jam, highlight the incredible work you all created, and do a little bit of voting type stuff at the end. So, the goal of our game jam was for participants to create a Mario Party 1, 2, or 3 custom event or board from scratch and complete them within a hyper-focused 4-hour time frame. Each custom board and custom event would have to be usable in the PartyPlanner 64 modding tool and playable in some form by the end of the 4 hours. Prior to the event, people interested would sign up as a solo creator or as a team. On the day of the event, in this case October 31st, 2020 at 11 a.m. Pacific time, everyone participating would arrive at our Discord 5 minutes before the start time to see which randomly selected themes their custom project would have to include. That's right, people were not allowed to start on custom boards or events before the start time. Everything had to be fresh. Because the event took place on Halloween, we decided on 6 spooky themes and objects, and these included Museum, Abandoned Lighthouse, Kamek, Baby Bowser, Axe, and Black Cat. A minimum of 3 had to be used. The really cool thing about this event is that we actually had a good amount of users stream their progress for everyone at Mario Party Legacy to see. This allowed non-participants to give out suggestions and see the process of creating a board or custom event in real time. It's so awesome. You all do not get enough credit for the truly amazing work that you do. How everyone chose to spend the 4 hours was up to each person or team. All they had to make sure was that it was submitted to the Mario Party Legacy board and event database before the 4 hours were up. I won't get into all the rules, but I will mention that custom events did not have to be completely made from scratch, as many events share similar or the same code, so the goal was to be able to create an end product that was something new or creative. Boards needed to have a unique path layout in addition to a completely custom background. Boards with backgrounds that were simply images taken from online or a map from another game would not have been accepted. Art resources like item and bake icons from our assets channel on Discord were fair game, and players generally used tools like Paint.net, Photoshop, SketchUp, Blender, PowerPoint to make these boards happen. At the end of the event, we were left with 12 different submissions, and I will absolutely spotlight each and every one, specifically in order that they were submitted. The first is Wooded Land by Justin, otherwise known as Mario Comics. He submitted a Mario Party 2 board that focused on an axe collecting gimmick that allow you to access paths blocked off by logs. But get this, he even made his own custom events. That is dedication. Next is World of Fog, a Mario Party 3 board made by Professor Seadog, otherwise known as Stalfos King from past board contests. This time his board was made in 2D using GIMP. Our third board is Kamek's Starbeam by the one and only Spider Staryu. The Abandoned Lighthouse is the main focus of this Mario Party 3 board, where reaching the top could land you a ton of stars if luck favors you. Black Cat Island by Stefano30 is our next Mario Party 3 board, where a multitude of custom events like Sluggish Shroom's Poisonizer custom event and Guanam's Get Random Item custom event take center stage. Thank you to Jinya Panda for giving Mario Party 2 some more love with her Lava Land submission featuring Baby Bowser, Kamek, and a Black Cat. Kamek's Magic Museum by Supernova888 gives us a chance to explore several rooms of a museum filled with traps and events. A Mario Party 3 board. Our second Kamek's Museum was created by T-Rexatron 9000 and split the board into 4 themed sections, including Egyptian, Dark Ages, Aquarium, and Astronomy, also a Mario Party 3 board. Our 8th submission is actually a custom event by Mortarizer. The Goal Axe is a special passing event that, once activated, will cause players on specific spaces to get knocked off and moved to another space. Imagine the axe cutting down the bridge inside the castle in Super Mario Bros. That's That's what this is. That's the event. Now back to boards, we have Spook Central by Monster Stuck. Featuring 5 of the required themes, this Mario Party 3 board was all drawn by scratch. Baby Bowser's Battleship Harbor is next. This Mario Party 3 board was created by P-Mercs along with a friend and features events that force you to lose coins when hit with a cannon, and a boat event that lets you go from one side of the board to the other. Bowser's Black Bog was created by yours truly, Super Zambazy, and Yoshiman222. I created the background of the board, and Yoshiman222 worked on the space-altering abandoned lighthouse event. And finally, we have Bowser's Lighthouse Hustle by board creator Rach and event creator Jack. The path up to the lighthouse gets a guaranteed star spot, whereas the outside paths offer a more risky alternative. And there you have it, all 12 submissions. To wrap up the event, we threw out some polls for people to vote on to see what people like most from all the entries. Nothing too serious, just something fun to do afterwards. So, for Best Art, World of Fog came in first place, with Wooded Land taking second place. For Best Use of Themes, Bowser's Black Bog came in first place, well, with Wooded Land taking second place again. And for Best Use of Events, Wooded Land takes first place with Goal Axe in second place. I also have to give a humongous thank you to Sponge Yoshi, who not only played and tested all 12 submissions, but also recorded gameplay of each board and event. That's what you've been watching this whole time. That's Superstar Sponge Yoshi at play. As someone who gave each submission a test run, Sponge Yoshi also has his own personal ranking of the boards, along with some thoughts on each one. So I'll go over his top 5 boards, read those over, and then show off the rest. For first place, Sponge Yoshi picked Bowser's Black Bog. He says, not surprised as he takes the cake. While one event crashed and the lighthouse gimmick feels unfinished, but still fun, everything else feels almost official. This board nails how to make a great board. That's very nice. It is true. It is filled with bugs, as are most of these. This was the whole point of the game jam. Try to make something really cool and creative, and don't worry too much about all the problems. Those can be fixed later. In second place, he picked Kamek's Magic Museum, and he says, super interesting board. Having all the paths converge back to start is a very fun dynamic, and all the rooms are very diverse and worth visiting. While a bit broken, it's honestly very cleverly designed. In third place, he picked Baby Bowser's Battleship Harbor. While the economy is crazy on this board, it looks really nice and plays surprisingly well. The Boo Loop isn't that bad and isn't as linear as it seems. Very fun board, I recommend. In fourth place, he picked Wooded Land. He says, the axe gimmick is honestly super cool with all those logs. The Boo Loop is a little meh, and the board feels a bit too big, especially on the top route back to start, but otherwise it's great. And in fifth place, he picked the Goal Axe event, and he says, the event is pretty simple and limited, can break a little if not used in a specific way, but nonetheless it's a fun idea and I hope it gets implemented in a board. It sounds like a fun gimmick. And that wraps up our overview of our Party Planner 64 Game Jam. I had a ton of fun hosting this and participating, and if you're interested in seeing something like this again, please let me know, whether that means you want to participate next time or you just want to get in on the live streams and see it happen in real time. Please let me know, share in the comments, say you like this. Until then, thank you for watching and enjoy playing these super cool boards. Also, happy 13th anniversary to Mario Party Legacy.